If you're feeling trapped, lonely, helpless, you don't know what to do, you don't know how to speak out, if you are in an abusive relationship, if you are in an association which you feel scared of, and you feel that things are not in your control, this video might be the mirror you need, because I've been there too. And today I'm going to tell you the highlights of my story. And if you are in your 20s or 30s, you need to hear this. What I'm describing here was a dark, obsessive fixation of destroying someone. This fixation feeds on destruction. It is something which comes out of envy, hatred, all the negative emotions. It feeds on destroying someone or possessing them. So much so that it went to an extent where this person tried to figure out where I work, where I live, my house number, my work address, and everything. And for 1 year, my life was miserable. He made sure that he made my life miserable. I would get threatening emails on my email ID from different email IDs where he was disguising to be someone in order to get things done from me, which he wants me to do, which of course he failed in. And the thing is, I fell for that. He made me so scared by all these false emails and other things which he did, just to make sure that I get scared and I fall for his trap, and I kind of do what he wants me to do, and I don't tell to anybody. I mean, he did everything he could in his power to make sure that I don't speak out. And those were life-threatening emails. Those were like scary emails, not just emails, but I was abused mentally, physically, emotionally as well from that person. And my 1 year, my life was miserable. So I'll tell you what happened, which kind of stopped it, and which I believe and realized I could have done it much earlier. So I went to work, and he was following me. And like I said, he knew my workplace also at the end. I got at 6 o'clock, got in the cab. He tried to barge in the cab. The driver accelerated it so fast, so with such force that he couldn't get in. And the driver understood something is wrong, so he raced, like he really drove fast. And he asked me, "What's happening? Are you fine?" I said, just drive me home. I want to reach home, and I want to just go there, just make sure that I reach home safe. That's it, and drive fast. And after 5 minutes, I see him behind me in another cab following me. I go home, and I shut the door. He comes and he starts banging the door. "Come out!" He starts banging, and there was nobody inside the house. He starts banging the door really bad. And I had no option left, and I called the cops, filed whatever. They took him, and things were fine for everybody after that. It just flipped. Things just flipped in a day's time. Everything was fine. I was a new person. I was fine. I was out of that misery I was in for one year, which I always thought, oh my God, I think I'm not gonna get out of it now. I don't think that it's gonna end ever. I had seen, okay, I don't know what's gonna happen, but that's what. Now I'll tell you the 3 lessons I'll tell you. When I'm talking about it, I'm realizing the lessons which I need to tell you, because that's what I realized the moment I called the cops. Things were just like, okay, this is what will keep you going when the going gets tough. This is the only belief you have that, yes, what is faith here? When you are going through situations like these, you always feel, okay, things are going to get fine now. Things are going to be fine. When you have this faith, it will pull you out of anything with grace and dignity. Trust me. It's a force which is there. If you have 100% complete faith on God, or on, however you see God, that is actually faith. And things are going to get just fine. Trust me. If you go with that mindset, this will keep you going when the going gets tough. And that is when you will figure out what is the positive lesson I'm going to take from this thing happened with me. Okay, this happened. I have gotten out of it. I'm not going to linger on. I'm not gonna take this ahead in my life because I have an amazing life ahead coming on. What is that lesson I'm gonna take? How much mental endurance I've increased in myself, you know? And what is that I can teach someone, whatever I've learned from here? How can I help someone? I've been through it, fine. Now how can I pass this on that someone else, I can just help and they don't go through the same. Faith, trust me, if you're going through something, just believe that you're gonna get out of it. Just believe it. Because everything materializes with that belief. Everything. Everything in your life, trust me. You're getting a job, you're starting a business, whatever. It starts with belief. So if you believe that things are gonna get fine, he will make sure it gets fine. See the signs. When I say see the signs, meaning somewhere you already know what you are getting into might not be safe for you. It's questionable. You might somewhere know that the consequences might not be so safe. When you go to a party, always think, okay, who's this person calling me? I'm not asking you to be scared, I'm asking you to be smart. I'm not asking you to be vulnerable or scared about it. No, you have to be absolutely going out, be strong, do the things, but you have to be very, very smart in your decisions. So when you get into an association, you always think, what is the intention the person has? Why is he or she calling me? Are the consequences going to be okay if I do this? Why should I get into this relationship? How is the person? Do I know him? Why is he asking me to go there? So there are so many things happening in our daily life, and we kind of, suppose if you're a really good person, if you are good, genuinely good from your heart, you always see other people to be good. You don't find so much of, if someone is having a bad intention, you won't realize it sometimes. Because you're yourself a good, genuine person, and you won't believe that this person has this sort of intention for you. You won't even realize, and you will be in a shock later if something happens with you. So you have to be really smart in analyzing the person you are going out with, or you are having an association with, or any friendship with. You are good doesn't mean that everybody else has a good conscience. Of whatever reasons they're conditioned like that. I mean, let's not talk about them, but what I'm saying is that be smart in your decisions. Always try to figure out, why should I get into this association? Now for me, I mean, it might sound strange and cliche for you, but it's absolutely true. I got 5 consecutive really bad dreams about myself. I know it's very cliche and strange. I'm not saying you have to get these signs, but it just happened with me, so I'm just blurting it out, which is true. 5 consecutive dreams before I had this association with this person, and they were dreams where I was dying. Something bad was happening. It was 5, and I would get up in the morning with that feel of, why this is happening? What is happening around me? Why? I remember my dad calling me. Are you fine, beta? Are you fine? I said, what happened? I just saw your dream. I was like, what? Like, something is happening to you. There is some person, or I just not getting a good feeling. Whatever you're doing right now, whatever decision you're taking, please ask me. I said, fine, I'll do that. Don't worry. While I was in the situation, going through a lot of problems, a very old friend of mine who I had not been in touch with for years, he just came into picture out of the blue. He messaged me and he starts calling me back to back. Are you fine? I had a dream. I was like, and you see this. I'm saying, I'm not saying it's gonna happen with you. It happened with me because I don't know. I was in a very deep problem that I couldn't even realize that there is a way to come out of it. I was so scared. The person made me so scared. And the second thing, which comes to my second point, the power of choice. Condition your mind. You need to really understand this. If you really want to be smart, if you really want to be taking right decisions in life, you need to believe that you have an ultimate, complete power to take choices. You are in your control. Now, what was happening with me that I forgot that I have a choice to make. I mean, I would have called the cops long back. I would have done something about it. I was not doing because what you feel that, oh my God, this is destined to happen. this is happening with me, it's not in my control, I have to go through this, and things are just gonna happen like this because it's written. When you believe that, you give away your power to someone else or to just nothing, and you are just you're just going with the flow, and you're drifting, and you forget that you have a choice. You forget that you have a choice to make. That's the right statement. You forget you have a choice to make. You don't know that you have the power. Now I'll tell you, the parents, your parents, the family you're born into is not in your control. You can't do anything about certain things in your life, which is absolutely fine. But make the most of it what you can. Now, why I'm saying you need to believe this, because only if you believe here that I have the choice to make, I have a power to make a choice, that is when you start controlling your decisions. If I would believe that time that, okay, I can make a choice, I would have done something long ago in that middle, or when things started happening, these things with me, I would have done something long back. I wouldn't have waited for such deep misery. I went for 1 year and then called the cops when it was a tipping point. I would have done, because I forgot that I had a choice to make. I was feeling, oh my god, this is destined to happen. Oh my god, no. That day to this day, I changed completely. I control my decisions, my choices, and obviously I analyze a lot before I take my decisions now, a lot. But that comes with practice, and you have the power to make a choice. Number 3, do not suffer because you feel that you're alone. Absolutely consult someone. That is where you will understand that it'll open your horizons to make the right decisions. Consult someone who's smart, who knows what's right, what's wrong. Sometimes what happens, you end up doing wrong things even knowing if it's right. This happens. This is a human nature and tendency. You become vulnerable. You want to see what happened. You want to see the other side of the story, but it's deep down in a subconscious, you know that it's not right if I do this. What I see, how I approach things, is that I always see what is that wisdom or lesson I would take from here. If nothing, I gained a lot of mental endurance, honestly, from this. See, these things can either make you or break you. The choice is yours. Alright, so I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope to see you in the next video very soon. Till then, please take care.